Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
So we use broom for sweeping, right? And
I cannot say we use broom for sweeping. Broom is countable. It's a countable noun. So I have to use a. I have to use the article a. A broom. We use a broom for sweeping. I cannot say we use broom for sweeping. I have to say a broom. Let's practice. What do we use a broom for? Do we use a broom for sweeping? That's right, we use a broom for sweeping. This is also not correct.
And if you want to start understanding it and you want to expand your vocabulary, the best way to do that is to learn advanced synonyms. For example, I'm getting a bit tired now, let's finish. An idiomatic synonym to this will be, I'm getting a bit tired now, let's call it a day, which is the same as let's finish.
Let's call it a day does not mean the same thing as let's finish. They're different. The expression let's call it a day means let's quit. Let's quit for the day. And let's finish means let's finish the job. So if you say let's call it a day, you're not necessarily finished. You're just quitting for the day. They're different. If I say let's finish, I mean let's finish the job. Let's work until everything's finished. Not the same as let's call it a day. Example, they've been working all day and they're tired. They want to quit. They want to call it a day. But they're not finished yet. They haven't finished the job, so they cannot say let's finish. They say let's call it a day. They're quitting for the day. That's the idea. So example, they're going to call it a day because they're tired. Let's practice. Are they going to call it a day? That's right, they're going to call it a day because they're tired. This is also not correct.
Which students most often study at intermediate level?
I cannot say which students will often study at intermediate level. The word level is a countable noun. I need an article. I can say at an intermediate level or at the intermediate level. So I need an article. So it's correct to say students can study at an intermediate level or at the intermediate level. Let's practice. Can students study at an intermediate level? That's right, students can study at an intermediate level. This is also not correct.
You will polish your speaking skills in real-life situation, and our goal is to help you start thinking in English.
I cannot say you will polish your speaking skills in real-life situation. The word situation is countable. I can put an S on it and say in real-life situations, or I can use an article a. In a real-life situation. But I cannot say in real-life situation. I have to change the noun with an S, or I have to use an article. Example, it's important to practice your English in real-life situations. Let's practice. Is it important to practice your English in real-life situations? That's right, it's important to practice your English in real-life situations. Again, not in real-life situation, but in real-life situations. The S is important. This is also not correct.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Dwayne. Dwayne who? This is how you can ask for surname. Dwayne who?
I cannot say this is how you're going to ask for surname. First, you gonna? We cannot say this. We say you're gonna. We need that sound. You are, contraction, you're. You're gonna. This is how you're gonna ask for surname. What is a surname? She's talking about a last name. A last name can be called a surname, but it's not common. It's better to say a last name. And we need the article a last name. So I can say this is how you're going to ask for a last name or for a surname. And how do you ask for a last name? How do you ask for someone's last name? You say, what's your last name? Can I say, what's your surname? Sure, but it's not common. It's better to say, what's your last name? Let's practice. How are you going to ask for someone's last name? Are you going to say, what's your last name? That's right. This is also not correct.
And tide means either fall and rise of the sea or a detergent.
I cannot say tide means either fall and rise of the sea or a detergent. When I say fall and rise of the sea, I need an article. I need the article the. The fall and rise of the sea. So, the word tide means either the fall and rise of the sea or a detergent. Let's practice. What does the word tide mean? Does it mean either the fall and rise of the sea or a detergent? That's right. It means either the fall and rise of the sea or a detergent. This is also not correct.
And if you want to start understanding it and you want to expand your vocabulary, the best way to do that is to learn advanced synonyms.
I cannot say you want to expend your vocabulary. The word is pronounced expand. The pronunciation is important because this is a stressed syllable. Expand. So we have to pronounce it correctly. We have to use the "and" sound, like man and fan. Expand. Not expend. I cannot use the S sound like red and ten. I have to use the "and" sound, like man and tan. Expand. So example, it's important to expand your vocabulary. Let's practice. Is it important to expand your vocabulary? That's right, it's important to expand your vocabulary. Not expend, but expand. The vowel is more open. This is also not correct.
If you don't know many advanced substitutes for familiar words yet, you're welcome to join a course called From Intermediate to Advanced. You will not only expand your vocabulary, but also revise topics.
I cannot say you will not only expend your vocabulary, but also revise topics. First, it's not expend, it's expand. And what about revise? Revise topics? This is not the correct word. We have to say review topics. So what's the difference? Well, when I say revise topics, I'm talking about reviewing something and changing it. You're making changes when you use the word revise. But if you're not making changes and you're just studying something, you're reviewing topics, not revising them. So example, she's studying for a test. She's studying for an important test tomorrow. So she's reviewing the material. She's not revising the material. She's not making any changes. So I have to say review. She's reviewing the material. Let's practice. She has a big test tomorrow. Is she reviewing the material? That's right, she's reviewing the material. And now a different situation. He's writing a paper again. He wrote it one time and now he has to write it again. He has to revise the paper. He has to review it and make changes. Let's practice. Does he have to revise the paper? That's right, he has to revise the paper. He has to make changes. This is also not correct.
In Quentin Tarantino's provocative film, Pulp Fiction,
I cannot say in Quentin Tarantino's provocative film, Pulp Fiction. First, it's not Quentin Tarantino's. I can't use possession on the first and last name. The first name is Quentin, not Quentin's. And Tarantino is a last name. I use possession with the apostrophe S after the last name. Quentin Tarantino's provocative film. The word is pronounced provocative. I cannot use a long O like no and go. I need the short ah like hot and stop. Provocative. It was a provocative film. What's the verb? The verb is to provoke. With the verb, we use the long O sound like no and go. The verb provoke means to get a reaction, to get a strong reaction. It provokes a reaction. So I describe it and I say it's provocative. Not provocative, but provocative. Example, this film provoked a lot of reaction. So it was a provocative film. Let's practice. Did this film provoke a lot of reaction? That's right, this film provoked a lot of reaction. Was it a provocative film? That's right, it was a provocative film. And the director's name was Quentin Tarantino. It was Quentin Tarantino's film. Not Quentin Tarantino's, but Quentin Tarantino's film. Let's practice. Was it Quentin Tarantino's film? That's right, it was Quentin Tarantino's film. This is also not correct.
3 tomatoes are walking down the street.
I cannot say 3 tomatoes. The T in tomatoes is between vowels, but I cannot change it to a fast D. I cannot say 3 tomatoes. I have to say 3 tomatoes and use a real T. Why? Because the word tomatoes is a noun. It's a stressed word in the sentence, so we cannot change the T to a fast D. We have to say tomatoes, 3 tomatoes. Example, can I say 3 tables? No, I have to say 3 tables. Because again, tables is a noun. It's a stressed word in a sentence, so I have to use a real T. 3 tomatoes, 3 tables. Not 3 tomatoes and not 3 tables. But what if the word's not stressed? For example, tell me about it. Tell me about it. We change the T in about to a fast D because it's between vowels. Because neither word is stressed. We say, tell me about it. In this case, we can change the T to a fast D, but not with 3 tables or 3 tomatoes. We have to use a real T here. This is also not correct.
The joke suggests that tigers have stripes as a kind of camouflage.
I cannot say tigers have stripes as a kind of camouflage. Camouflage? The word is not pronounced camouflage. It's pronounced camouflage. So the A is pronounced with a short A sound, like ham and ma'am, cam, camouflage. And the last vowel is ah. It's an open sound, like hot and stop. Camouflage. Not camouflage, but camouflage. He's wearing camouflage. Let's practice. What is he wearing? Is he wearing camouflage? That's right, he's wearing camouflage. And keep watching until the end of this video to practice with the 3 pronunciations of AGE. When you see AGE at the end of a word, it can have 3 different pronunciations. Keep watching to practice with them. This is also not correct.
A joke presented with one sentence or question and then the answer.
And then the answer? The answer? The word is pronounced answer. The syllable is stressed, so we have to pronounce it correctly. We have to pronounce it clearly. Answer. Not answer, but answer. It's more open. We're using the and sound like fan and man. Answer. Example, he doesn't know the answer to the question. He doesn't know the answer. Not the answer, but the answer. Let's practice. Does he know the answer to the question? That's right, he doesn't know the answer to the question. He's confused. This is also not correct.
What kind of tree fits in your hand? A palm tree. But also a palm tree is a palm tree.
I cannot say a palm tree. A palm tree? The word is pronounced palm tree. When you see ALM, it's a special pronunciation. It's not the long O like no and go. It's the sound aw like saw and law. What about the L? We don't really make the L. The tongue doesn't touch the roof of the mouth. We don't say palm. The tongue goes up a little bit, but doesn't touch the roof of the mouth. So the tongue goes up, paw, palm, palm. So we see these words, palm, calm, and almond. Don't make a complete L. Don't say almond, say almond. Don't say calm, say calm. And don't say palm, say palm. They're special words. And definitely don't say poem. This is not a palm tree. It's a palm tree. Let's practice. Is this a palm tree? That's right, this is a palm tree. And what are these? Are these almonds? That's right, these are almonds. This is also not correct.
12 inches means a foot.
I cannot say 12 inches means a foot. The word is not pronounced inches. We need the short I sound like this is, inches. Not inches, but inches. 12 inches means a foot? Well, okay, I guess I would say 12 inches equals a foot. It's a measurement. Let's practice. Does 12 inches equal a foot? That's right, 12 inches equals a foot. This is also not correct.
The joke plays on the famous Disney movie Frozen.
I cannot say the famous Disney movie Frozen. The word or the name is pronounced Disney. Not Disney, but Disney. I cannot use the long E sound like green beans, Disney. I need the short I sound like this is, Disney. Frozen is a famous Disney movie. Let's practice. Is Frozen a famous Disney movie? That's right, Frozen is a famous Disney movie. Thank you for watching, and keep watching to practice with the 3 pronunciations of AGE at the end of a word. We see these 3 words. They're 2-syllable words, and they end with AGE. And they have 3 different pronunciations. The first word is message. And the second word is garage. And the third word is rampage. So we see we have 3 different pronunciations for AGE at the end of the word. Let's take a closer look. So if it's a 1-syllable word, it's easy. It's always age. For example, age or page and cage. Use the long A, like say and day, with a J at the end, like juice and jump. Age. Age, page, cage. Easy. But what if it's 2 syllables? If it's 2 syllables, you have 3 different pronunciations. The first word is message. This is the most common pronunciation of a 2-syllable word with AGE at the end. Edge, edge. It's a short sound, plus the J, like in juice and jump. Edge. Message. This is the most common way to pronounce AGE at the end of a word if it's a 2-syllable word. The second pronunciation is age in the word garage. It's an open sound, like hot and stop, plus the sound zh. The sound zh we see in words like usual, vision, pleasure, measure. We need this sound, zh. It's like the SH sound, sh, sh, but we make a voice. Sh. Now add the voice, zh. This is the sound we need, zh, at the end of the word. The word is garage, garage. Some people say garage, but I say garage, garage, zh. And we have a lot of words that end with AGE with the same sound, age, at the end. And we have to learn them all, so we don't mispronounce words ending with AGE. And the last word, rampage. Sometimes we have 2-syllable words with AG at the end and it makes a long A sound, like with 1-syllable words. Age, page, and cage. The same sound here, rampage. There are only a few of these words, and we need to learn them all too. So let's get started. First, let's learn the words that end with AGE and make the sound age, like garage. We also have massage. Massage is a countable noun. You get a massage. Or you can give somebody a massage. When you rub their back and shoulders, that's a massage. Example, she's getting a massage. Make the open ah sound, like hot and stop, plus the zh sound. Together, age, massage.
Carol was the only one that was home, and
she said she couldn't come get me because she was getting a massage.
Forget the massage. Okay?
Massage?
Yeah.
Hey, you're not about to mess up my massage. I'm telling you right now.
No. Clockwise. Clockwise. I said massage clockwise.
Example, she's getting a massage. Let's practice. Is she getting a massage? That's right, she's getting a massage. And we have this word, camouflage. Again, the AGE makes the open sound ah plus the zh sound. Age, camouflage. The first syllable is ah, the open ah sound, like ma'am and ham, cam, camma. The second syllable is relaxed, closed, camma, camouflage. And that AGE makes the age sound, like in garage and massage. Camouflage. This is camouflage. I don't like to wear camouflage, but it's very popular.
We have to camouflage the car somehow.
Like what, JJ?
How about a limousine with diplomatic plates? Nah, I know.
I followed the guy in the camouflage jacket.
We'll cover this up. We'll camouflage the Jeep. We'll cover up our tracks and stash these cases at the coffin place.
It's not a cure. It's camouflage. It's camouflage.
He's wearing a camouflage shirt. Let's practice. What is he wearing? Is he wearing a camouflage shirt? That's right, he's wearing a camouflage shirt. Our next word is sabotage. Sabotage. Same sound with AGE. Age, age. Sabotage. The first syllable is the short ah, like black cat. Saba. The second syllable is relaxed. Sabotage. Sabotage is not countable. Sabotage is damage. They do something to hurt you in order to stop your progress. That's sabotage. Let's hear some examples of sabotage.
The weak are always trying to sabotage the strong.
So I guess I have to sabotage my cable, until we get to know each other well enough.
Do not sabotage me.
Can't. I'm doing major plastic sabotage tonight.
They're trying to sabotage the election.
We kept our eyes open for opportunities for sabotage.
Are you part of a conspiracy to sabotage the Aztec program?
And like any virus, they eventually sabotage the system.
I didn't sabotage the power plant. The power plant sabotaged me. I'm gonna sabotage the power plant tonight, and you're gonna help me.
He said that Shipley was asked in the summer of 1971 by an old Army buddy, a Donald Segretti, to join a group of other lawyers for Nixon's campaign to sabotage a Democratic candidate.
Example, one team stole the other team's uniforms, so they couldn't play. That's sabotage. Let's practice. One team stole the other team's uniforms so they couldn't play. Is that sabotage? That's right, that's sabotage. And this word is triage. Triage. TR makes the ch sound like chicken, plus the R, tree. Use the long E like green beans. Triage. Again, we have the age sound. Triage. A triage center is like an emergency room, but they do everything fast. The point is to find out who's really hurt and get them the right care as soon as possible. You see this in war on the battlefield. They set up a triage center, or if there's a disaster and they need to help a lot of people fast, that's called a triage center. Let's hear some examples.
Well, how did the triage officer ever overlook this one?
This is a triage situation.
If you can walk, move to the triage area.
I recently got transferred to triage.
No, Mom, triage is a unit of the ER.
This is a triage area.
Underground triage center service in the community.
There was a disaster, and there was a lot of people who were hurt, so they set up a triage center. Let's practice. Did they set up a triage center? That's right, they set up a triage center. The next word is mirage. Mirage. Again, we have the AGE making the age sound. Mirage. Mirage is a countable noun, a mirage. So a mirage is like an illusion. You think you see something, but you don't really see what you think you see. That's a mirage. Imagine, they think they see water, but they get closer and there's no water. It was a mirage. Let's hear some examples.
It's like a mirage in a desert.
It's a mirage.
I always thought that I had, but it's like a mirage.
At first, it seemed like a mirage.
Like a mirage in the desert.
This place, your legacy, it's a mirage.
Example. He thought he saw water, but then when he got closer, he saw there was no water. It was a mirage. Let's practice. When he got close, he realized there was no water. Was it a mirage? That's right, it was a mirage. And we have this word, entourage. This is a special word because the EN makes the sound on. It's not entourage, it's on. Entourage. So the first syllable is on. The second syllable is ter. Make the sound like burger. Entour. And at the end we have the age sound again with AGE. Entourage. Entourage is countable. We say an entourage. An entourage is a group of people that travels with you. You see this normally with celebrities. Celebrities don't travel alone. They travel with a group of people that follow them around. Their publicist, their manager, friends, people like that. Celebrities usually travel with an entourage. Let's hear some examples.
She has an entourage.
What about me?
We contacted his entourage, and he has accepted my invitation to meet at a discreet location, well away from our headquarters.
Will he be alone, sir?
He sometimes travels with a bit of an entourage.
Start an entourage.
Bit of an entourage.
He's 6'2", he's 400 pounds, he's got an entourage.
We caught up with Chase and his entourage on the set of his directorial debut, Hyde.
Who's he calling an entourage?
Apparently they only have a small entourage as it is, and they made it out on an earlier flight.
Let's practice. Do celebrities usually travel with an entourage? That's right. Celebrities usually travel with an entourage. And this is a fuselage. A fuselage is the main body of an airplane. It's called a fuselage. Pronunciation, make the U sound. U. Few. Fuse. Fuse. The S is a true S plus the short sound Fuse. Fuselage. This is a fuselage, the main body of an airplane. This is the fuselage of the airplane. Let's hear some examples.
I want no wind resistance on the fuselage.
That should ensure fuselage integrity while maintaining power to weight ratio.
All right, then let's just make the fuselage in Michigan and the landing gear in Mississippi.
Should it become necessary to abandon the aircraft over Soviet territory, then there's a 2.5-pound explosive charge contained within the fuselage.
Wing snapped off. It drove the engine cowling into the rear fuselage.
Yeah. Let's practice. Is this the fuselage of the airplane? That's right. This is the fuselage of the airplane, the main body. And this is a corsage. Flowers. Flowers that you pin on a woman's dress is called a corsage. Put the stress on the second syllable. Corsage. Again, the AG makes the aj sound here. Corsage. She's wearing a corsage. Let's hear some examples.
Is that a corsage?
No, yeah, let me see that corsage.
Look what I found. Complimentary corsage.
I even threw in a corsage.
I want you to be very, very careful when you're putting on the corsage.
Let's practice. What is she wearing? Is she wearing a corsage? That's right. She's wearing a corsage. The next word is barrage. Very similar. Barrage. The first sound is like burger, burr, and the aj sound at the end. Barrage. It's a countable noun, a barrage. It means a lot, especially when you talk about an attack. Example, a barrage of missiles hit the city. That means a lot of missiles. A barrage. Again, a barrage of missiles hit the city. The city was attacked by a barrage of missiles. Let's hear some examples.
Now, my sources are telling me they're getting a barrage of anonymous and credible tips with all roads in this investigation leading to the Kryptonian visitor.
Fired a barrage of shots at them, and they were able to evade all the bullets.
Singing a lullaby to your infant and tucking them into bed, and then having to shield them as a barrage of high-caliber bullets literally blast into your home.
First, a barrage of cover fire, and then a charge across the street.
American spokesman reported a barrage of rockets, artillery, and mortar fire hitting the city.
Our own artillery is dropping a barrage directly on us.
Let's practice. Did a barrage of missiles hit the city? That's right. A barrage of missiles hit the city. Now we have this word, a montage. We're going to stress both syllables. Not a montage, but a montage. The first syllable is the short ah. Mon. Montage. A montage is a countable noun. It's the part in the movie when they play music and they show the person's progress happening little by little while the song is playing, while one song is playing over these different scenes. That's called a montage.
Video montage of their lives? Really?
Well, now we're gonna watch a romantic montage of you and Jenny said to Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time.
I had a happy family, a beautiful city, and a chance to show the French what a montage was all about.
These are just kind of fun montage pops.
Was it like a montage of all the scenes in your life?
Yeah, how come you didn't use me in the montage?
If you've ever seen the movie Rocky, or movies like The Karate Kid, when they're improving, they show the person improving, exercising, getting better, practicing over one song. That's called a montage. Did you see the montage in the Rocky movie? Very good. The next word is collage. This is a collage. It's like an art project. Children do this in school. They make a collage. A lot of different pieces stuck together to make art. This is a collage.
Obviously, I am taking a personal photo collage of hopelessness.
Okay. No idea. I like collage. Bye. Bye, Caitlin. You have your collage?
It's like a collage.
What's that supposed to be?
It's a collage, fool.
It's sort of a collage effect, isn't it?
I made a collage when I was in school. What about you? Did you make a collage when you were in school? Very good. The next word is homage, or is it homage? This word has two pronunciations. If you see it after the word pay, usually it's pay homage, where the H is silent and the AGE is pronounced normally, like message and package. Homage. You pay homage to someone. It's like a tribute. A tribute to someone. You pay homage to someone.
An homage? Not exactly. We just stole the idea outright.
Pay homage to the king. Pay homage to the king.
And we will reap your soulless body as an homage to our testament.
Listen, I've started up this little tour business, kind of an homage to you guys.
But if you see this word after an, it was an homage. It's more common to hear that pronunciation. Again, the H is silent, but you have the age sound at the end. It was an homage to somebody. That means it was a tribute to somebody. Let's hear some examples.
An homage to Dan.
It's an homage to you, Your Honor.
Do you have a what?
An homage, sir.
That's bullshit.
It's an homage.
Example. They built a statue. They built a statue to pay homage to the person. And the statue was an homage. Let's practice. Did they pay homage to the person? That's right. They paid homage to the person by building a statue for them. And I can say it was an homage. It was an homage to the person. Example. The statue was an homage to the person. Let's practice. Was the statue an homage? That's right. The statue was an homage. And we have this French term that we use in English, American English. It's called ménage à trois. It's three people together in a romantic way. Pronunciation, ménage. Again, we have the age sound at the end. Ménage à trois. There's even a brand of wine with this name. And we pronounce it ménage à trois. Three people together in a romantic way.
I know your biggest fantasy has always been a ménage à trois. And you've always had a thing for Blanche from the club.
I've done 3 ways, 4 ways, menage a trois, menage 5, 6.
Maybe the two of you would like to have a little menage a trois tonight?
Listen, Sheila, I want to live my fantasy one time of a menage a trois with Christine and your friend Rosita.
Now let's talk about words that end with AGE, 2-syllable words, and they're pronounced age. There are only 3 of them. There are only 3 that I know. And the first one is rampage. Use the long A sound plus J. The hard J sound like juice and jump. Rampage. It's like when someone goes crazy and they go on a rampage. Maybe attacking people, destroying things. That's a rampage. Example, King Kong. King Kong went on a rampage. We use the verb go. Go on. Go on a rampage. In the past, went. Went on a rampage. King Kong went on a rampage. Let's hear some examples.
It's crazy for he goes on a rampage and he shoots a clerk, a nurse, and a doctor.
If I don't find Arto soon, well then I'll be forced to go on a rampage and, kill every human being I see.
We went on a rampage of violence.
A prediction. If you stay in concrete, you wind up working at the A&P. Either that or you're going to rampage with a hunting rifle.
Oh, yeah.
They went on some sort of rampage, and I was so worried about Joey.
And William's appetite for destruction and rampage was insatiable.
Patients, medical staff, visitors, no one was spared in this madman's rampage through Fairwater Sanatorium.
Now Cameron's going on a rampage about this deadline.
He'll go on a rampage. It has to be destroyed.
When I woke up, I went on what the movie advertisements refer to as a roaring rampage of revenge.
Then he snaps, goes on a rampage, and takes the lead in killing the victim.
Now he has the incident he requires to go on a rampage of conquest. But
let's practice. Did King Kong go on a rampage? That's right, King Kong went on a rampage. Use the long A sound at the end for AGE. Age. Rampage. We also have this word, engage. In the past, engaged.
That mature Americans can engage in conversation and controversy, the clash of ideas.
I can't engage the warp drive, sir.
Be called upon to engage in one-on-one combat.
Melanie, I'm sorry. I know you don't like me because I'm not engaged and involved.
No. My problem with you. But I'm a normal guy. See, in one life, I'm engaged to marry a woman I love.
He's engaged to my daughter.
I am engaged. But it's kind of informal.
He said that if he had known he was engaged to be married, he would never have taken him.
What if you were engaged to a doctor?
Yeah, Eve and I were engaged after high school, but it didn't work out.
No engaged in employment of any kind for at least 6 months.
And I can describe to people, if they're going to get married, they're engaged. They're engaged to be married. The AGE makes a long A sound. Engaged. Let's practice. Are they engaged? Are they engaged to be married? That's right, they're engaged. Or I can say they're engaged to be married. Either way is correct. And the last word is assuage. Assuage is a verb, and it has the long A sound for AGE. Age. Assuage means to make something feel less intense. Example, if you have fears, you can do something to assuage your fears, to make them less intense. Or if you feel guilty, you have guilt. You can do something to make yourself feel less guilty. You can assuage your guilt. Make it less intense. Let's hear some examples.
Does that assuage your guilt?
Would such an approach assuage you?
They hire you because you assuage their sense of guilt.
No need to be nasty, Bill. There was some thought that you might actually want to hear this information. That it might assuage your guilt.
So he created this Water Street Butcher persona to assuage people's fears about this unknown killer.
Example, the children are scared, but the teacher wants to assuage their fears. She wants to make them less scared. Let's practice. Does the teacher want to assuage their fears? That's right, the teacher wants to assuage their fears. Make their fears feel less intense. Now, there are other words that end with AGE and have the A sound, but they're like combination words. Like if you take stage and change it to backstage, we have words like that. Or you could take age and change it to teenage. Or you can take the word page and change it to web page. You're combining different words together. Or you can change words with a prefix, like you can change rage to enrage. Rage is anger, and to enrage is to make someone angry. But the only 3 words I know that are truly individual words are rampage, engage, and assuage. If you know any more, let me know. Send them to me. So we practice the 3 pronunciations. The first one, message. Use the edge sound. This is the most common. The second was age, like in garage. And we practice all the words that end with that pronunciation. And if you know any more, send them to me. And we had rampage with the AGE at the end for a 2-syllable word. And we practiced all of those. So if you see a 2-syllable word with AGE at the end, and we didn't talk about it in this video, that means it ends with ij, because that's the most common pronunciation. Package, message, marriage. It's a very common pronunciation. There are a lot of words. So thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.